Anyway, get some precepts.
Like to hear me curse, but things just keep getting worse and worse. We are now under a boil advisory. I was informed by someone at the sanitation district that the longer we don't have power, the less they're going to be able to basically filter and clean the water. So we need to boil everything on the stove with no power. My name's Aja, and I'm still in the...
How we gonna do a food tour in the Midwest and Gary ain't had no power and ain't nobody... How we gonna do a food tour in the Midwest and Gary ain't had no power and ain't nobody talking about it? I, for one, have not seen anybody else outside of Gary, Indiana, talk about what's going on in Gary, Indiana. And I don't like it. And if you know me, you know I put my money where my mouth is. So today alone, we've been on the phone with the mayor's office to see if there's ways we can get involved. How we gonna do a food tour in the Midwest and Gary ain't had no power and ain't nobody talking about it? I, for one, have not seen anybody else outside of Gary, Indiana, talk about what's going on in Gary, Indiana. And I don't like it. And if you know me, you know I put my money where my mouth is. So today alone, we've been on the phone with the mayor's office to see if there's ways we can get involved. We've been on the phone with Salvation Army to see if we can get a Salvation Army truck and just drive around and pass out necessities, goods, anything that we can get our hands on. How we gonna do a food tour in the Midwest? And I'm not only making this video to say, if you in Indiana and you know any ways we can get involved, please let me know. I'm also making this video to say, I think this should be national news. And it's crazy to me that it's not being talked about. All the stuff y'all talk about on social media nowadays, everybody got a think piece on everything. Why not a think piece on the fact that communities that look like myself been out with power for 8 days? I'm not only making this video to say, if you in Indiana and you...
I live in Gary, Indiana, but it's been over 240,000 people without power. No lights, no Wi-Fi, can't charge your phone. It's women taking cold showers. Everybody refrigerators off. It's restaurants closed. My neighbor's been barbecuing meat every night, and his kids outside playing, having fun as fuck in the dark because there's no school. I live in Gary, Indiana, but it's been over...
Thugged it out through the whole 7 days. And I didn't want to get a hotel because I didn't know how long this was going to last. And I wanted to save as much money as I could just to, just in case. Because you never know how much money you're going to need because how long this tragedy going to go on. So on the 7th day, I finally bought a hotel room, right? It was power. We went where the power was, right? No storm, no nothing. The power went out here. Thugged it out through the whole 7 days.
Last night got really crazy. There were a lot of pew-pew shots right outside of my door. We actually just heard some coming in. So guess what we did? We went to Bass Pro Shop and got some... Just in case you didn't know, it is pitch black dark still in this house everywhere, actually. You don't even street a street light, do you?
All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, and double honors to the apostles, the elders at Great Millstone, and salutations to the elect out there feeding the sheep of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, with sincerity, truth, and with charity. Yahweh, which is the true name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God. Ba'ashem, Yahweh is his true name. Ba'ashem means in the name of. Yahushai is the true name of the Son, which the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. His true name is Yahushai. And those are the names in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew, which is the language that our forefathers spoke, or which are the Hebrew Israelites, which consists of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and those who are scattered abroad. You are the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks about. And once again, Lord willing, this edifying lesson. And I'm gonna be speaking about the purge is coming. There's gonna be a purge coming real soon, man, and it's gonna be a time like never before. Okay, because you have this recent blackout that's been happening in Gary, Indiana, and if you don't know already, a lot of people are without power. Okay, and it's gonna. This is not gonna be just a local Providence type of scenario. No, this is going to spread it through all across the United States real soon. Because right now people are without power, right? And you have what else? You have people starting to not have access to clean water. People don't have access to clean water or take a shower. People can't charge their cars. People can't watch TV. And this is the book of Amos 5 and 18. It says, "Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. Okay? It says, as a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him. Okay? Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark, and no brightness in it? And that's literal too, man. That's literally too, man. Because, hey, when those nuclear missiles hit, yeah, it's gonna be extremely dark. But even before that, you're gonna have blackouts, right? Because damn well when society gets when society starts falling apart, right? Hey, there's not gonna be no power plants. There's not gonna be no Con Edison, Xfinity, what is it? Power, whatever you call it, Google Power. I don't know what you call them, right? There's not going to be no power plants running to provide, the people with electric. You got something?
I got a couple of precepts.
Yeah.
This is Matthew 24 and 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor ever shall be. And we'll just continue to see what else comes up later on. And it says, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake those days shall be shortened. All right?
Yeah.
So that really, that's on point, man, because those days are going to be shortened for the elect, but for these other people, they're going to feel that long stretch of pain.
Yeah, and even so, when you go days without power, it feels like a long time, right? Because you don't got all these different distractions. The Lord can slow down time during that period, just for these people to really feel what the prophets were talking about, because you heard it first from the prophets of Great Millstone, starting with the apostles and elders, and then the men preaching the Great Millstone doctrine, okay, which you have the apostles and elders were speaking about this first, man, but the prophets were warning people, including us, which we're not officially part of Great Millstone, but we are preaching likewise doctrine, right? Basically what the prophets were telling people first, man, that the powder outages are coming. Okay. What else, man? Famines.
Pestilence, war, implementation of these prophecies, that the famine of the word, the MOTB. These things were already spoken about before, and the apostles and elders have laid out that foundation of what to expect. That way, when it comes, we know that it's according to the scriptures. We're not caught off guard. And this is the precept that is in the book of 2 Esdras 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of these signs which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For as like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and the end is manifest. Even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby we have believed. So we're seeing these times come to pass. The Lord already wrote it out. He already spoke of it through these scriptures. And we have faith that we're going to be able to escape this destruction that's going to commence forth on this planet Earth, man. Because, listen, we're measuring these times diligently. We're watchmen unto the house of Israel. We're letting our people know. We're teaching what has been taught. And we're not, being caught off guard, man. We're being sober and vigilant, knowing that these times that we're in are very serious. We're at the end of the world, man. So, it's a completely different vibration compared to these people in the world that you go outside, you see them in the house of mirth, joy.
Getting wedding ceremonies,
wedding ceremonies, laughing, just celebrating. There's absolutely
bringing their kids to fucking daycare while they go out in a fucking, I don't know, cruise ship. And they go on fucking Carnival cruise, right? And I don't know, just have sex all day, right? They don't care about the fucking, they don't. It's a lucky. They don't care about, hey, what's gonna happen. Hey, but then it hits them like a fucking train when these power outages happen, man. Because these people weren't expecting it. Now they're day 8 without power.
Ooh.
Day 8. Hey, I don't know if you noticed that you saw the Gary, Indiana power outage. That's what I'm speaking about, right?
And that's
right.
just a piece of what's about to come forward. Man, that's just the beginning.
It says this: tens of thousands in Indiana are still without power a week after deadly storms. Okay, and people are putting I saw a clip, man. People are putting fucking, people are using like lighters to light up food. Putting ice and plastic together, try to cool down. Hey, bro. Hey, this is just the beginning. Soon you're not going to be making and the crazy thing is, bro. Hey, people were already shooting each other. Day 8, people were already shooting each other outside this woman's house, right? In the clip I just played, right? This is 2 Ezra 15 verses 16. It says, "For there shall be sedition, right, among men." It says, "and invading one another. And they shall not regard their kings, right, nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power," right? So what? Basically, people are not going to give a fuck about, what their mayor said, what their governor said. Stay inside. No, they're gonna be raiding people, pillaging. Okay. Hey, because when all power's off, what does that mean? Well, there's no CCTV cameras. What happens then? Right? Then what? Right? People are going to take advantage of that to the fullest extent.
This is Jeremiah 25 and 29. "For lo, I began to bring evil on the city, which is called by my name, and should ye be utterly unpunished? Ye shall not be unpunished, for I will call for a sword upon the inhabitants of the earth, saith the Lord of hosts." Let me see, was this the right one? No, this is another one I'm going to bring on. Ezekiel 20 and 47. This is the one. "And say to the forest of the south, Hear the word of the Lord. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Behold, I will kindle a fire in thee, and it shall devour every green tree in thee, and every dry tree. The flaming fire shall not be quenched, and all faces from the south to the north shall be burned therein, and all flesh shall see that I, the Lord, have kindled it. It shall not be quenched." And that's the thing, man. You see these natural disasters and earthquakes, fires, floods. That's taking place all over the planet Earth. Soon you people are not going to be able to say it's anything different.
You're not going to be able to say it's just a natural disaster.
Or climate change, or no. You're going to know very soon that it's the Lord that controls all these things. The Lord that's fabricating all this destruction and terror.
I have a precept just to add on to what you're saying. Amos 3 and 6. "Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? And shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord hath not done it?" Hey, I was speaking to this one fucking bug out, right? He plays video games and whatever, but this guy was trying to tell me, like, that the Lord, he didn't create evils, and he didn't send evils onto people. No, the Lord sends evils onto these people as a judgment. Okay?
I have a precept to
just say something real quick. The Lord, he sends. No, bro. The Lord created everything, man. And no, the Lord, our power, Yahweh Bashem Yoshai, he's very merciful, but he's balanced. So yeah, he'll send evils onto these people, okay, for scoffing, for being disobedient to the Lord. Hey, bro, but these people, they don't understand, man.
You know the precept that comes to mind?
Well, which one?
That Isaiah 45 and 7.
Yeah.
"I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yoshai, do all these things." All right, everything, not just some things, everything. We bring that out in the AMP. The one forming light and creating darkness, causing peace and creating disaster. I am the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yoshai, who does all these things. So there's a balance to it. Without good, with good there has to be evil. With light there has to be darkness. And the Lord is pushing forth this darkness because He is about to end this place, man, in order to establish the new earth, or the new kingdom, all right, which we may dwell in there, a pure, undefiled, and holy land. But in order for that to happen, this place has to be destroyed and then rebuilt.
Yeah, and you know, before that, there's going to be a time of tribulation, time of Jacob's trouble. At Jeremiah 30:7, it says, "Alas, for that day is great." Okay. It says, "So that none is like it." It says, "It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." He shall be saved out of it is speaking about the elect, okay, of the nation of Israel. Jacob's trouble is speaking about we're approaching those stages right now, okay, where all hell breaks loose, especially in America, Babylon the Great. You know, all these prophecies being spoken about. You know, earthquakes, famines, okay, the mark of the beast, pestilence, famines, you know, diseases, plagues, people killing each other, on top of power outages, all these things. Hey, because think about it this way, bro. And just another thing, the lady in the video, I don't know if I basically for a video after that, I don't know if I played it in the clip. But it said a couple of people tried to go and fix the power or go to a power plant to see what's up, and they were getting shot at. And the people were shooting at them. So, you know, that's the thing, bro. When all hell breaks loose, it's going to be this is going to be something that the Lord, you know, he can even put the spirit on these, you know, what's it called? These sleeper cells, man. Hey, to go, you know, maybe, because you got to remember a lot of these sleeper cells came in America too, and I'm just speculating here. Hey, some of them can go work at power plants and whatnot, you know, or even then, you know, these other people, they might get, you know, the call from Esau, hey, you're gonna have to shut these things down, right? And then, you know, they might send whomever to stay there and just make sure nobody turns the power back on.
Anybody who steps foot on this premises is gonna get shot at. No ifs, ands, or buts. You know, people damn well will still test that. They'll see shot at. Hey, I want my power to come back on. I gotta play my fucking video games. I've gone 2 days without playing my fucking video games. I need the power back on.
And this is just a small scale thing, because remember, Esau has these EMPs. Okay, these EMPs they can go and they can damage, you know, electronics, shut everything off, interfere with everything for miles. Okay. Not just Gary, Indiana, okay?
Like the whole United States.
Like we're speaking miles, like, you know, the whole United States.
Right.
Yep.
Because you people are so like, oh, you know, we're the land of the free. Nothing's gonna penetrate. We have, you know, all these extra layers of security. Meanwhile, not knowing that your oppressor is planning these things. He's waiting for the moment where he can make a crisis. He can use a crisis and push it to his fullest advantage, implement his agendas and everything.
Yeah, okay, you guys.
Soon you're gonna know all these things that we've been mentioning, man. That, you know, prophet has been among you.
Yeah.
That we've been warning you, man. But you chose not to listen. You chose to forsake the words of this book, man. The words of the Lord, because the Lord, you know, the word of the Lord is spoken through His utensils, man, which are the prophets, which are the men that are proclaiming this sincere doctrine.
But you know, they're going to realize too, the day of the Lord was darkness, not light, like that scripture I brought out. Because it's not going to just be something where, you know, while everybody's getting shot out here, you know, you're unscathed, and the elect's going to be unscathed, right? You know, the ones that the Lord ultimately predestines to not to die, because there's going to be certain men that aren't going to die, and there's going to be certain men that are martyred, yeah. But you know, you're going to have certain elect that's going to come out unscathed, right? But just another thing, like, it's not going to be you sitting in your house playing fucking, I don't know, FIFA or like GTA 6 while you know, while there's, you know, 10 dudes outside shooting the other house, and then, you know, but your house is good, don't worry. Like, no, it's not going to be like that, bro. It's not going to be just, or you making TikToks, you know, singing your fucking, you know, your cozy fucking bed setup.
Like the C19, man, you know, you people were just like chilling in your crib, just like making TikToks, like, making fun of a survivor of C1.
Yeah, saying they survived.
Wait.
There, I saw a shirt saying "I survived COVID-19."
Wait till this next event comes in, man. There's not going to be no shirts being made. I survived Jacob's trouble. Only the elect is going to be able to get through this, man. And that's why it comes down to having that Psalm 91 shelter and protection, because if you're under the shelter of the Most High, you shall, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
They're not going to know it's Jacob's trouble.
They're not going to.
Only the elect is going to know.
But we're praying and hoping that the Lord's going to encamp around us and give us that divine and holy protection, which is the only way out of this place now, which is the only sort of protection that, the only protection that we need. Not no guns, not no stockpiles, not no.
Because this woman in the clip, she said she went to Bass Pro Shops right after, and got some ammunition or whatever.
What's that gonna do for you, man? Compared to the amounts of ammunition these elites, man, these military personnel have.
They don't even need a gun anymore. They can shoot a fucking laser.
A drone.
Invisible weapon.
They could bring a drone right to your house, to your window, shoot through the window, and come inside and break through the fucking door, and then until they track you. And they'll be able to see you through your closet with heat sensors.
So they can throw fucking smoke bombs.
This is the type of shit that we're dealing with. This is why we need the Lord, man.
Yeah, Isaiah 47:11, it says, "Therefore, shall evil come upon thee, and thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, but thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee, and suddenly which thou shalt not know." Okay? So I'll read it one more time. It says, "Therefore shall evil come upon thee, and thou shalt not know whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, and thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee, and which thou shalt not know." Okay, so these people, they're not going to know, I'm in Jacob's trouble now. Like these people that are outside of this truth, they're not going to know that. They're not going to know, this is going to happen. And then, no, they're going to be scattering, trying to do whatever they can. And by then, it's going to be too late, bro. You're not going to have power. You're not going to have food. You're not going to have water. You're not going to have the Lord on your side, which that's the most important thing. Okay, because the name of the Lord is a strong tower. When you call the name of the Lord, the Lord ultimately, he gives his elect protection through that name. But these people know they're going to call on Yahweh, JC,
Jehovah, dude, whatever, man. This is the thing, man. Scripture say in Romans 8:31, "What shall we then say to these things? If Yahweh be for us, who can be against us?" So what about those that are on the left-hand side? The Lord is going to be, who can be against us, man? The Lord is on our side. But what about for those that are turning their back on the Lord? The Lord's going to forsake you. He's going to cause anything in His power for you to get judgment.
Yeah.
You can't outrun that judgment. You have a target on your back.
Yeah.
You have a death angel trying to come after you.
Yeah. There's no outrunning a death angel, bro. Hey, but you get
That's
it.
all I got, man.
Yeah, so with that, we're going to give all glory and honor and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders at Grim Millstone. Salutations to the Akim pushing the word. Shalom.